The absolute worst thing that can happen to you, the absolute worst thing that can happen to me as young men, is to go outside and try and live a life without pain. The man who has the woman who loves him, the man who has the woman who looks at him with adoration in her eyes like he's her king, the man who has true inner confidence, the man who has built the life he wants to build, has suffered far, far more than the man who has none of that. The people who are better than you, the people who are better than me, have suffered far more than you or I have ever had to suffer. Pain, the ingredient of pain, is one of the most vital ingredients in this chemical concoction which turns us into the man that we need to be. If even one ingredient is missing in this formula, the chemical reaction will not happen and we will not be able to experience the result that comes from that. I know how badly it hurts when these bad things happen to us. These things that feel like they are completely out of our control and there is nothing that we can do to avoid them or to escape them. I know just how much that pain is. I remember distinctly when I was about 16, the girl I'd been trying to get with for 3 months, we've been on and off, when she finally dumped me, I vividly remember the amount of pain, the amount of emotional stress that I was under. I couldn't even go to the gym and do a workout because I felt so much coursing through my veins that I couldn't even focus on a gym workout. Sometimes even now, when I'm up at night, I'm getting ready to go to bed, it gets to 8 p.m. and I'll start thinking back. I'll remember one of those instances when I had so much pain in my life that all I wanted to do was escape. And now when I think back to that, it gives me fuel because I don't ever want to be in that situation again. I don't ever want to be in a situation where I'm rejected by someone in that way. I don't ever want to be in a situation where a business partner goes behind my back and they try and steal all the money from me. I don't ever want to be in that situation again. And when we as young men are in that point of pain, the mistake that most people make and the thing that society will try and tell you to do is to try and pacify yourself. Sit with it, get over the anger. But I don't think that's a healthy thing to do. I think where we get the actual power and where we can change our life is to embrace that pain, to lean into it, to charge towards it, to use it as a limitless fuel to take forward and be victorious in war. Because everything in our life is war. And a war is something where two sides are fighting for control of the same objective, where two armies want to try and take over the same thing. And if we sit back and we don't actively try and fight in every war and every facet of our life, we are just going to go wherever the wind blows us. However, if we elect to join one of these two armies and we fight for them tooth and nail, unrelenting every single day, that army will undoubtedly go ahead and win the war. And we need to understand that life is war. We need to treat everything we do in our life as war. We don't go outside and try and be happy. When we go outside and we try and be happy, it just leads to hedonism. It leads to a very basic surface level emotion. If we go outside and we try and win the war, if we go outside and we try to be great, over time, what that will give us is a fantastic life and a real feeling of happiness. In my mind, there are two different levels of emotion. There's a very surface level emotion and there's a deep emotion that we feel throughout our core. Surface level emotions are very cheap, fleeting feelings. It's like when we decide to go watch Netflix or we decide to do something we shouldn't be doing instead of sitting down at our desk and building our empire. Sure, it feels good at the time. I'm not going to tell you it's not. It feels great at the time, but that's just surface level. A deep emotional feeling is the feeling that we have when we go to bed at the end of the day. Your pillow never lies. You will know for an absolute fact when you go to bed, did you do what you were supposed to do today? Did you do everything in your power to progress towards the goals? Did you do everything you could to actually become the person that you want to be? And if the answer to that is no, regardless of how much hedonism you've chased throughout the day, when you go to bed, you will feel in such a place of disappointment and anger directed at yourself because you knew that what you did was wrong. And similarly, if I go into the day and I don't feel like making a YouTube video, I don't feel like going through all the spreadsheets and trying to find the perfect affiliate marketing product for today. If I do those things and it hurts, I feel sad, I want to cry with frustration because the numbers aren't adding up. If I push through that and I go to bed at the end of the day feeling tired, feeling whatever I'm feeling, deep down I have a great sense of peace, joy, happiness, whatever you want to call it, because I know I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I know I'm on the right path and I will succeed if I continue doing this. I know that my success and my victory is inevitable because I'm doing the steps that I know I must do to get to that point. And so that's all I chase now. All I chase now is that true deep feeling knowing I've done the right things. I don't care about the surface level things anymore. Sometimes I feel happy, that's fantastic, I can work even harder. I don't care if I'm tired, I don't care if I'm sad. I don't care if it all feels like too much. That's just temporary. It's just a state of chemicals in our brain. It doesn't mean anything. It's all false. None of it's actually true. All I care about is the real. And when I go to bed at night, I know if I did what I was supposed to do, and you do too. And so I ask you this now, what do you truly want in your life? Deep down, do a bit of soul searching for me. What is it at your core that you actually want? Because you can't go into this journey saying, okay, now I want to chase pain. You cannot go into this and pretend that you want this journey of pain and suffering when all you truly want deep down is to be able to relax and enjoy the fruits of your labor as soon as possible. This is a lifelong pursuit that we're embarking on. You need goals and you need resistance throughout this journey. So picture your dream life now. Sit down for 5 minutes, close your eyes, no distractions, and truly picture what your dream life looks like. Right from when you wake up in the morning, what you're doing throughout the day, the woman you're with, the car you drive, what your work looks like, the place you're in. Do you have a nice city view over Bangkok? What does your evening look like? Do you go out to dinner? Do you eat at a nice restaurant? Maybe you learn how to play guitar, maybe you want to shred some on your penthouse balcony. What does your life look like? And feel this, deeply emotionally feel this. Feel this as if it is happening right now. If you picture yourself playing guitar, feel your hands on the strings. How does that feel to you in that moment? Make this as emotional and as real as possible. And once you've done this, open up your notebook. On the page on the left, you are going to write exactly and as explicitly as possible, with as much feeling as possible, exactly what your dream life looks like. And then on the page on the right, you are going to write exactly what you are going to give in return for this dream life. If one of the things you want in your dream life is to have a great physique, in return you might be giving it 5 workouts a week. You're going to eat right, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. What are you going to give in return? And whatever that is, you are going to do that every single day, day in, day out, absolutely no excuses, because then you will know at the end of the day when you go to bed that you did exactly what you were supposed to do that day to achieve that dream life that you want. And first thing in the morning, every single day, you're going to go through and you're going to reread your dream life, minimum 1 time every day. And then when you read it, when you touch the page, I want you to feel that depth of emotion that you felt the first time you wrote it down. You need to make this part of your core being. You need to truly, truly feel that life and see yourself living it. Because when we do that and we know that this is our future, this is who we're going to be, this is who we are now, all we're waiting for is our outside world to catch up. And there's no longer any chance about it. There's no longer any luck involved, because we know what we're giving in return, and we are giving that every single day. So it's only a matter of time before our outside reality starts to match our inside reality. And that's all we have to do. So no longer run away from pain. Understand this is your greatest source of fuel. This is the thing which is going to make you greater than 99% of anyone else in the world. And so if you understand this, you don't shy away from it, and you charge towards it at every single opportunity, you can craft any life you want for yourself.